thank you so much for joining us. And for all of our listeners out there, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here, River and Terran. So I am 30 years old today, and I was, thank you. 20 when I was 20 years old, I started my first company, and I went through a process of working a lot, and came to a point where probably in 2017, I was working too much. I was burnt out. I had too much stress, and I realized I needed to pause. I needed to slow things down. And what I decided to do is just kind of take a few months off and focus on, health and healing, and kind of what are the spiritual disciplines, what are the important health disciplines. And in that process, I just kind of came across meditation. So I started meditating every day. I started exercising every day. I started fasting. A lot of the things that your dad and your mom and your entire family do, I started doing that as a 27-year-old guy. And in that process, I discovered this beverage called cold pressed juices. And I began to realize that when I took it every day, it noticeably changed my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health. I began to kind of get this new vitality and energy, and it really helped me in a stressful time to go from a stressed place to a happy place and a more balanced place. So I was inspired to start this company, but I thought that most juice, if you go to a juice shop, it's pretty expensive. And most juices out there, they're non-organic, so they could include pesticides or things that are not really good for your body. But if you look for other juice, you can't really tell the difference if there's a pesticide in there or not. It all kind of looks the same. So what I decided to do is, can we create a company where we create the highest quality juices, created at roughly half the cost of a juice shop? And can we work with some of the most thoughtful sourcing in terms of making things organic and supporting farmers who are doing the hard work of taking care of the soil, and taking care of all the produce that comes from the soil? And hence we decided to create farmers juice and deliver nationwide these juice and wellness shots boxes.
So farmers juice is a really interesting name. How did you come up with that name?
That's a great question. Farmers in general are the stewards. They take care of all of the soil. And soil, most people think about it as this like dirt, and it doesn't have any value.
Yeah.
Or it has just like a functional value.
Mm-hmm.
So what I kind of realized personally was, soil is not just dirt, it's the living skin of the earth. It is, by 2050, is going to support 95% of all the food production on the globe, which is a lot. And in each handful of soil, there is enough microorganisms than the entire history of planet Earth.
That's a
lot.
lot.
That's a lot. So the soil is actually alive. It has a lot of these like bacteria and microorganisms. And the key thing to realize is that there's this really great author. His name is Michael Pollan, and he said, "You're not what your food eats. You're not what you eat. You're what your food eats." Which means that, say for example, if you eat a grass-fed lamb or chicken, it matters if that animal was treated well, and if it was treated humanely with respect, and it had good nutrition, it wasn't stressed, it wasn't scared in its lifetime. Because if you have an unhealthy animal, you eat that, you're going to become unhealthy because of that. So the same thing matters. It's not just that if you where your plants come from, it's where's the soil coming from, and who takes care of the soil is the farmers. So when we decided to kind of create a new company, it's like, let's honor the people behind, the grocery store that goes down to the soil and goes down to the farmers. And that's why we decided to call it Farmers Juice.
Interesting. That makes sense. That's a cool story. Yeah. So your motto, kind of stemming off of my other question, is live your inspired life. Why is that your motto?
You have such great questions. Wow.
Yeah.
Great job. I think, life is precious. Like, every day the days go by, and it's important to understand what is your purpose and what kind of lights your inner fire. What is that spark within you, that pure inner light that is your vision of a happy life. It's full of joy and ideally contributing some kind of good in the world to enrich other people's lives. So when you live your inspired life and you kind of architect in your mind like what is most joyful to you and what can actually give back to and uplift part of the human family of the on Earth, I think it's just a very fulfilling way to live.
I like that. Yeah, I do too. So you were also talking about how the soil is really important, and why is it so important? Like what's different? Like what's the difference from bad soil and rich soil, and why does it make a difference?
That's a great question. So soil, if you think about it, uh, if it's giving all of the microorganisms, all the nutrients to the plant, if it's unhealthy soil, the plant is not going to be able to be taking all of the nutrients, which ends up making a healthier plant. So say, for example, in 1950 to today, in 1950, our soils were actually a little more healthier. So in your great grandparents' generation, my grandparents' generation, it would take if you were to take an orange from 1950 and an orange in the year 2000, like theoretically, they should have the same nutrient quality, right? But in reality, it would take 8 oranges from today's generation to match the vitamin A's quality of one orange from our
Wow.
grandparents' generation. So the nutrients have gone down. And there's a landmark study by Donald Davis at the University of Austin that compared, United States agriculture data, like official data, over from 1950 to 2000, and concluded that there were reliable declines in some of the key nutrients. So you're eating, the same amount of, say, for example, cucumber, celery, or romaine lettuce, but you're getting less nutrients. So it matters to keep the soil healthy, so our plants are healthier, so humans are healthier. But the other thing is, with um, carbon in the atmosphere, if there's too much carbon in the atmosphere and it's unregulated, it can actually be damaging and kind of shift ecological perspectives. Unhealthy soil releases carbon, healthy soil captures carbon. And because soil is on so much land across the globe, if we have healthy soil, it can actually help us in this mission for healing the climate.
So this kind of goes into my next question, which was, I was reading about one of your nonprofit organizations that you support called Kiss the Ground.
Yep.
And in the report, they wrote about something called soil carbon sequestration. What is that?
So soil can sequester carbon, which means that it can actually capture the carbon from the atmosphere that's there and take it and utilize it and find a productive use, which ideally is which could be giving its nutrients back to the plant. So sequestering is just a way to capture the carbon.
So where do you choose, like what places do you choose to get your plants to grow so that you have the best quality and the most tasty?
So what we do is we work with a host of farms, and one of our key farming partner, they have been around for over 100 years. So
they're a century.
Yeah, they're like a fifth generation family farm. So say, for example, if your dad were to have you boys as kids, and then your kids would have their kids, and their kids would have their kids, and their kids would have their kids. So what happens is from your dad all the way to you, all the way to your kids, to your grandkids, there's going to be a lot of knowledge in terms of, who to work with, what soil, who takes care of what soil, what has worked in terms of harvests, in terms of their farming practices over 100 years. So what we rely on is their knowledge, their wisdom to kind of guide us to saying, work with this farm, don't work with this farm. This is what you should look for. So that's what we do. We rely on a family farm that's been around for over 100 years to guide us.
So after you take the fruits or vegetables or whatever it is off the farm, how do you turn them into juices?
That's a great question. So if you take a step back and And most people, may not know what cold press juicing is. Some people may know. So it's actually a very simple yet powerful idea. So every vegetable or produce item, it has two fundamental building blocks. There's the liquid, which is the juice, and there's the pulp, which is the solid. So when you separate the liquid from the solid, what you end up is with a highly concentrated dose of juice. So for quite a few vegetables like carrot or celery or cucumber, 70 to 95% of it is just juice. So what you can do is take a machine, so like a cold press juicer at home, and you could do it at home. And then all it does is make sure that there's no heat added, because when there's heat, there's oxidation, there's a degradation of the nutrients. So that's why it's called cold. It has to be in a cold environment throughout it. So it makes sure that the nutrients don't degrade. So similar to what you do if you go to a juice shop, or if you go to a grocery store, if you go to a store and you buy a juicer and do it at home, it's the same thing, except we have a really, really cold room. It's so cold that you have to wear like a jacket as if it's like the cold.
You can put snow in there. You go outside and it's like really hot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you might be sweating outside, but when you go in, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's just a giant machine that it's the same thing as what you would have at home as a juice shop, but it's just 100 times bigger.
100 times.
Not 100 times is not a claim. Yeah, that is
Okay.
a rough estimate. Rough estimate. Probably 50.
So, how do you create your juice recipes? How do you get the ideas?
That's a great question. So I've been juicing for probably 5 years, and I probably had a few hundred juices in terms of recipes. So I go to every city. So I've had a personal level of experience, but there's people that have either a nutritionist background or have just been making juices professionally at their own juice shop. So what I do is I have a group of maybe 3 people that I collaborate with in terms of ideas. So it's just unexpected people you wouldn't actually think would be in the same room. And we just collaborate, come up with ideas. We make we actually did this a couple of days ago. We are reformulating all of our juices. So we're going to have a new updated line of juices. We're actually going to come up with a pomegranate version as well. It's so good.
I love pomegranate.
Good. Oh my gosh. I think your dad loves it too. I think everyone, hopefully it'll be a hit. Give me your feedback.
Okay.
And we basically separate the liquid from the solid in a cold environment, and we do the same process. It's kind of like if you're in your kitchen, like if your mom is making something and it's something new, like the cookbook, for example, like I'm sure they had tested out various different recipes. It's the same thing with juices. We just measure it down to the ounce. We have a little weight that can measure it down to like every single percentage point. And it's almost like a scientist in a chemist lab. We have to like make sure, like if you put like 2% of a mint is so strong as a juice.
Yeah.
If you put 4%, it changes it completely. So you have to be very precise.
There's a lot of gingers in your juice.
There is a lot of ginger. Yes. I think all of them may have ginger. Yeah.
Wait. I don't think the Earthy Roots one does. It says carrot, orange, apple, pineapple.
You are correct. It does not. That's one of the few that does not. We're actually coming up with a new Earthy Roots formula. Ooh. So I hope you like it.
Okay. What is your favorite part of juicing? Because it sounds really, really fun.
I think it's a good question. If you're in a position to support and serve the health of people, and they actually have a real benefit from drinking it or consuming it or utilizing your product or service, your heart becomes very happy. My heart is like, when I think about, oh wow, we have a few thousand people that really enjoy our product, are grateful for it, they write us notes, it just makes me happy. So my favorite part of it is just helping people.
Yeah, nice. I would like that. What is your favorite juice? Ooh. Out of all of them so far. Ooh.
It's kind of like saying which is one is your favorite child. It's like I love them all.
I love you. We're the best. Yeah, you're my only sibling.
It's like kind of asking, who do you like better, Dasher or Comet? Don't you love them both?
Yeah. Yes. For different reasons, though. Okay, I love that answer.
But for me, if I had to choose one, I would say the orange immunity and the watermelon hydration, which is a new juice.
That one's really good. I like that one.
Oh, you have the watermelon hydration?
We tried it. We don't have it with us. We only tried it once. Mom and Dad's juice fast. They didn't eat them. They didn't drink them all, so we had some.
Oh,
pretty good.
Nice,
they were good.
Nice. Oh yeah, you got the one that was released before everyone else. So yeah, you got one of the first access.
It was a test, and it was good. I like watermelon. So, what are some of the benefits of drinking farmer's juice?
That's a great question. So each juice has roughly 1 to 1.5 pounds of produce in it. So if you were to have, so the real question is, what are the benefits of having a ton of really healthy organic vegetables and produce in your diet? So when you have when you have phytonutrients in your diet, it just supports your essential bodily function in terms of it being in an optimal state of performance. And it supports your mental health, it supports your emotional health, it supports your different life functions, like if you want to be really active and exercise. So if you have a plant-rich diet, it supports your health. And there's a lot of scientific evidence that, if you don't have enough plants in your diet, that it may not be as beneficial. But if you do have plants in your diet, it's really beneficial for your overall health.
Nice. That makes sense. And one of my last questions are, what do you want the future of farmer's juice to look like?
That's a great question. Our mission is to vitalize the health of hopefully millions of people. And so I would imagine the future would be if we're on track for achieving that, because it's always one brick at a time, one step at a time. So if we're in the right direction of serving people by maintaining the highest quality integrity of the juices being incredibly delicious, also nutritious. And in addition to that, our second part of our mission is that we want to be a support economically to the farmers, because farmers have one of the hardest jobs in the whole world, because you're kind of, if you think about it, there's so many different factors from Mother Nature, and you have so many different factors from, you have to actually create this harvest, you have to create the crops, and then you have to sell them. And there's a whole supply chain, you have a team, so it's very difficult. So if we can be a reliable support to them in terms of buying produce, as well as supporting any kind of local farms that are regenerative in their produce, and we support them somehow by buying their produce and reselling them directly as produce or as in a juice format, that would be amazing. That would be kind of a future that we're kind of focused as our North Star.
That sounds pretty cool. And is that also why you support the Farm Workers Justice thing?
Correct. Yeah. So we donate from our profits to Farm Workers Justice because we want to be very intentional about empowering farmers for their economic welfare, for their immigrational welfare, and to make sure that in this battle for farmers can be treated well or poorly. And if we have a voice to share in terms of donating even a small amount towards the right cause, in the grand scheme of things, we want to do our part. Yeah. So I'm curious, if you were to start your own health venture, like your father started Kion, if you were to start together as a company, I'm curious, what would be some of the things that you would consider? What would you either you have an idea, or you have certain clues of what that idea to involve?
I like making there's like these really good paleo donuts that taste really good. And so those would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, maybe like healthy desserts. Yeah, we do like healthy desserts. Or like healthy like meals or something. I don't know, but I think desserts would be fun. Yeah. Because there's a lot of desserts and you can just be like making keto caramel or something like that.
I don't think that's possible, but okay. Might be possible.
I don't know. So a dessert thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Healthy
super
desserts.
healthy desserts. All right, sign me up.
Okay.
That's great. You even have a comic book series with your dogs.
That's right.
And I think that's pretty rad. What is the premise for those dogs? I'm just curious for the comic books.
Usually we take all things that they do that are either hilarious, kind of annoying,
or awkward,
and sometimes we tweak them a little bit to make them a little bit more funny. But yeah,
we also use our other 2 dogs that passed away.
So we're also going to be doing, as part of this interview, a doggy juice challenge.
Yes,
is that
I'm
correct?
excited.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we're going to give these juices to the dog and see what they say, because we've had some other customers actually send some very hilarious, cute videos of dogs who love juices.
Cute.
Yeah. Do you guys like juices?
So we're going to try out your earthy roots first. That was loud.
Yeah, that was loud.
You get your earthy roots and the.
Wait, why don't we choose the same glass?
Upbeat immunity.
Oh, you don't have to waste 2 bottles.
Okay, I will try the upbeat immunity.
Always you got to shake it up. First. Shake it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
We can hear it.
There we go.
That sounds really weird.
I'll save some for you.
So this one has carrot, orange, apple, pineapple, and beet in it.
This one has lemon, apple, pineapple, ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, black peppercorn, and beet. Okay, I'm trying.
If you smell it, what comes? What do you sense?
It smells like beets and a little bit.
Smell my nose.
It's got like a hint of lemon and a little bit of cayenne. I feel like those are my 3 smells.
Nice.
This one smells like dirt to me, like earthy dirt.
And what I taste is a little bit of turmeric, some apple, pineapple definitely, and I think it's pepper at the end, just like a little bit, kind of goes down your throat. And the earthy roots juice, I taste the carrot, definitely, the pineapple, and the beet and the orange. I don't taste the apple as much though.
All right, so
next one. So those are your 2 red juices, is what I'm gonna call them.
Okay, now I have to try the shot.
I'll try the shot.
I'm gonna do the carrot digest.
So what are the difference between shots and the juices?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a juice has 1 to 1.5 pounds of produce, so it could be vegetables, herbs, fruits, spices, and some superfoods like maca or ashwagandha, which is an Ayurvedic root from India that helps stress relief, that supports stress relief rather. And what the wellness shots are, they're just very concentrated doses of some premium ingredients that support your immunity. So for example, turmeric or ginger or apple cider vinegar, all these have a specific function. So say for example, the Athletic Aid wellness shot is a concentrated dose of a juice. So we use a lot of the, there you go, there it is.
And turmeric. That's it.
No, it's
Jicama. Jicama. Okay. This one contains apple, lemon, ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, black peppercorns. Okay, so the carrot digest actually doesn't have too much smell, I feel like, but it definitely tastes like carrot for sure.
Nice.
A little bit of ginger. It smells like a carrot. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. It's very potent.
Which one are you?
The ginger immunity. It's the shot. You'll be very awake. Woo! That is gingery. Wow. Orange immunity. This is River's favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite.
River, we have a new orange immunity recipe that we're coming up with. Oh, let me pull it up. We actually just developed.
I love the ingredients in this one. Like all the other ones is like carrots, orange, pineapple, and this one's like oranges and ginger. Simple is good.
So let's see. So the new orange immunity will have orange, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of turmeric, ginger, jicama, and black pepper.
Mm.
Yeah, It tastes so good. Oh,
I'm excited.
so good.
Okay. So this one tastes like I remember it, but it definitely has an orange flavor with a kick of ginger at the end. Yeah, it's good. It's kind of easy to describe. It's like, it tastes like orange and ginger. The ginger sticks to your mouth. I like it. How did you come up with the logo Farmer's Juice, actually? Because it's really cool.
Yeah? What do you like about the logo?
I like the sun and how it separates all the letters. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Right on. So it's two farmers meditating. So it's a man and a woman meditating. So it's a kind of symbol of inner peace, as well as you're in the background, they're in the background of the sun. So it's a union in nature, as well as inner peace. So that's the,
Nice.
that's the symbol.
I like that. Okay, so this one's Athletic Aid. Smells like, what does that smell? It smells like, no. Describe it. That smells like turmeric, that's what it is. Yeah, it's turmeric. Okay, I'm just gonna pour you a tiny bit. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. I like the, wait, what flavor am I tasting? I think it's a lemon. I think it's the lemon that I'm tasting, and the coconut, yeah, and the ginger and the turmeric.
Which one is this?
Oh, this is the Athletic Aid.
Oh, awesome.
And then we have 4 more. We're on to the green juices. Okay, so this one's called Performance Greens, and it contains cucumber, celery, lemon, ginger, turmeric, basil, mint, and lion's mane, which is a mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really tasty. Okay. I actually haven't tried the Performance Green or the Green Athletic or the Focus Green. It smells good.
Oh.
Actually, I don't think I actually have tried the Carrot Digest either. What?
No way.
So good. So I'm trying. This one's definitely got a more cucumber and celery. I can definitely taste that. It's got a little bit of a bitter at the end, which I'm not sure what that is, but it tastes good. It might be the I think it's the celery. Yeah, I think it's the celery.
Yeah. Right on. What's special about the green juices is they all have roughly only 3 or 4 or 5 grams of sugar, and there's no fruit. So if anyone is specifically interested in a ketogenic lifestyle or they want to be low carb, all our green juices specifically are designed to be nutritionally dense, really delicious. It doesn't taste like grass, you know. It doesn't taste super bad. It tastes like appetizing. So that's what's special about the green juices you're having.
Okay, next one. Okay. I'm back. This one, I washed out my cup. What does this one look like? It looks like a root, maybe. It's got like that kind of pale color, and it's called Gut Feeling Good. And it contains apple, coconut water, Jamaica, apple cider vinegar, ginger, and lemon. And this one is a shot. Ooh, you can tell because they're smaller. Yeah, but for clarification. Probably because if they made them big, they'd be like, they take up a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, this one has apple cider vinegar.
Definitely smells like apple cider vinegar. I like apple cider vinegar. So. And tastes like apple cider vinegar.
Nice.
But it has the I like it though. It has like the lemon and ginger at the end. I like the apple cider kick. I like that. Definitely takes the show. Ooh, I like it going down your throat. It is interesting. I don't like apple cider vinegar very much. I love apple cider vinegar. That one's not my favorite, but it's good. Apple cider vinegar tea is awesome. Oh, this one is called Green Athlete. This is a large one, and it's another green. And I'm guessing this one helps athletes?
Well, yeah, it helps
like recovery.
Yep, exactly. So it has maca root powder, which really supports your athletic performance before you're about to exercise, or even after. Could be or even during. But it's especially effective before, because it supports you in being your best.
It contains cucumber, celery, lemon, ginger, turmeric, basil, mint, dandelion greens, and maca. Ooh, I like dandelion. We did dandelion heads, but we put them in sourdough starter and kind of like roasted them or fried them, I guess. So they were like dandelion bites and they were good.
Whoa.
They're actually really good.
Oh my gosh. You guys are talented chefs.
This one, what was that?
I like
that
this
taste?
I can taste the dandelions.
Yeah, and the cucumber definitely too.
I actually don't know what maca tastes like by itself, so I can't tell if I'm tasting the maca or not. But I also taste the celery. What is the focus fuel shot good for?
That's a great question. It's actually one of your dad's favorites. It has matcha powder, so it supports you to get this focused state of mind without the jitteriness. If you have too much coffee, you get too excited. So matcha has a more balanced experience when you have it. So you can just, instead of having it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon and you want to get a little more energy, instead of having a cup of coffee, you can have focus fuel and it'll give you that a similar boost. So you can continue your checklist in the day.
It smells like what's that berry that's called like rosebud? Rosehip? Rosehip. It smells like rosehip, which is a berry here.
Oh, rosehip.
I smell the jalapeno. What would you recommend for dogs? Which one do you think dogs would like most?
That's a good question. Every dog's unique, and this is an experiment. So what if we tried one green juice and we tried one of each of your favorites? So let's try the orange immunity, River's favorite, and let's try Terran's favorite, Earthy Roots, and let's see what they like.
I vote that we give Comet, which is our bigger dog. He's black. I vote that we give him performance greens because he's kind of lazy and he needs to perform stuff.
What? No, he's not. He's not that lazy.
And I vote that we give Dasher green athlete because he's a little bit more of an athlete.
He is. He can jump. He can clear my shoulder while I'm standing.
So how should we do this?
So if you take a bowl, one for Dasher, one for Comet, and you put the performance greens in one of them and the green athlete for the other.
Okay.
And shake them up. And you know what I think would be interesting, because Dasher and Comet, I'm sure when you're eating your lunch and dinner, they kind of come over and they're curious and they want to eat what you're eating.
Yeah.
So what you should do is, so they know that this is appetizing food, you can drink it too while you give it to them. So they see you're drinking it and then you give it to them, and let's see what happens. This is a fun experiment. We have not rehearsed this. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We just have other people whose dogs like this, so we're going to try this out.
Well, Dasher's bowl, and
our dogs are strangely obsessed with cow tongue. They like cow tongues a lot. So
you have to drink from our dog's food bowl.
What?
You have to drink from Dasher's food bowl.
Wait, you do?
No.
Oh, no, I'm drinking a bottle.
You can drink a bottle. You can drink it from the bottle.
Okay, so this one's called performance greens. It's good.
Yeah, I need my bottle. I'm not drinking from the dog bowl.
Okay. Do you like it? Comet's like, yucca, I don't need it. Comet doesn't like spinach. He might any green for this, that matter. He's good. She's like, do you like it? Is this one good? Oh, here we go. Comet likes it. Yeah. Like, it's interesting. You like it? Yes, do you want to try it? Comet's like, I'll take it. Want to try it? Oh, Comet likes it. Okay, so Comet apparently likes both the greens, but Dasher's a little skeptical.
Prefers other things.
We'll put out this one and get the orange immunity. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So this one's called orange immunity, and it's my favorite. Okay, Comet? Okay, this one is beets. Tastes very good. Try it. Do you like ginger? I don't remember. Does it have ginger?
We've never fed him ginger before.
Come, look. Dash, you want some? Look. He's like, wait, what?
Do you want it? I don't think Dasher knows what he's supposed to do.
Do you want some? It's gonna move it farther away. Look good. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Comet likes the beet one. Status report is Comet loves juices, except ones that contain lots of ginger in them. And Dasher
does not like juices.
So Dasher didn't like the earthy roots either, huh?
No, Dasher was more, I guess he's more of a food guy, more solid. Comet, I think maybe you're just thirsty, I don't know. But I know comments seem to like them. They're more meat people. Maybe if I put a piece of meat in the juice, they'll eat it.
Ooh, that's smart. Let's see if that happens. Let's see what happens.
Now he's drinking. Yeah. Now he licked it.
Well, okay. So Comet likes it without meat, but Dasher likes it with meat. Thank you so much, Junaid, for doing our interview with us and helping us figure out what food our dogs like, or juices in this matter. And juice. Yeah, Dasher doesn't. And Terran, where can our viewers go to get juice?
If you go to farmersjuice.com/GoGreenfields and use the code GoGreenfields, you can get $5 off your first box.
Ooh.
And if you go to GoGreenfields.com, you can see all of our other podcasts. And yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, make sure to check out Junaid's Instagram and stuff too.
Yes, check out what he's got.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, River. Thank you, Terran.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to another 10 No Ideas segment.
Hiya.
Yay, we need a theme song for this.
Like, do 10 No Ideas.
That's the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
Copyright. Okay, one of my first ones is mini water fountains, that are kind of like the dancing fountains in Dubai, because we went to Dubai once, and we sat in this restaurant next to the dancing fountains, and they're like super awesome. So if like there was some sort of like little mini fountain that you could play music on, and the water would like dance to it, that'd be really cool.
If you get the controls of the dancing fountain and play like the ABCs or something.
Yeah.
Like A-B.
And then magnet paint, so you could like, if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to screw something on. You could just paint the wall, and like it would just kind of stick on there.
Oh, okay.
Which would be kind of nice.
Strong.
Yeah, it would be strong, but the only problem was it might like, you could like toss your pencil onto it. That'd be kind of cool. Throw stuff onto it. And then, a dry ice bubble maker. Because I know that if you like make bubbles with dry ice, I've never been able to do this, they can actually like freeze, which would be really cool. So if there's some sort of like little easy thing that you could do where like you put the dry ice in, you put the bubble stuff in, and you just blow, and it makes the dry ice bubble, because you like hold it in your hand. It's frozen. It's super cool. So that'd be really cool.
Oh, okay. My turn?
Yes, your turn.
Okay, so my first one is...
How I rattle on.
Yeah. My first one is around this time of year we get ticks. I don't know if other people get these, but they're basically the worst bug ever. Basically, they attach to you and they suck your blood, and it's nasty, and they can give diseases.
Like a mosquito, just more long term.
So if you're in the forest for like over 20 minutes, you're just constantly paranoid for the next 8 hours that you have a tick on you. So it'd be cool if you just had like this like kind of like in the airports where like it tests you if you have like any metal on you. It just tests you if there are any ticks on you, and then it like beep beep beep, kind of like a metal detector, tick detector.
So do you have to put a giant machine through your door?
No, it'd just be like a metal detector.